Attention passionate Chicago, BEARS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, BEARS. Let's get to the news in a move that's sending shockwaves through the NFC North, and honestly, across the entire league. The Chicago Bears are reportedly eyeing a blockbuster trade that could reshape their offense and give them a real shot at climbing back into serious Super Bowl contention. The buzz is that the Bears are in serious talks to acquire tight end Sam Laporta from the Detroit Lions, and the potential deal is huge. Word is that, in exchange, the Lions might get a first-round pick in the 2027 NFL Draft. This kind of trade, if it comes to fruition, could be a game-changer, and it's got fans buzzing about how this could elevate Chicago's roster to new heights. Now, let's break down what this means and why everyone should be paying close attention. Laporta, a rising star at tight end, has been one of the most impressive offensive players in the league this season. Since his rookie year, he's been turning heads with his ability to make plays all over the field. In 2024, he's posted some eye-popping stats: 182 catches for nearly 950 yards and 17 touchdowns, all with a PFF grade of 88.7, which is outstanding for a tight end. Even in 2025, despite a shoulder injury in Week 3 limiting his snaps to 68%, he managed to rack up 52 receptions on 85 targets for 612 yards and 6 touchdowns in just 11 games. That kind of production, especially coming from a tight end, is rare and valuable. The Lions, on the other hand, have had a bit of a rough patch offensively. They're rebuilding after a tough 2025 season marred by injuries, and it's clear they're looking to shake things up. Detroit's offense, which typically scores around 26.4 points per game, has been a bit inconsistent, and their defense has been leaking points, allowing 22.1 points per game. The Lions are also wary about Jared Goff, especially after some struggles post-injury. EPA in red zones has been negative, at -0.6, which suggests they're not quite getting the most out of their QB in high-pressure situations. And with a cap situation that's tight, especially on the offensive line where they've given up 29 sacks, Detroit's management is apparently exploring options to create more flexibility and rebuild with a focus on developing young playmakers, especially at wide receiver. From the Bears' perspective, this potential trade makes a lot of sense. Chicago, with around $25 million in cap space, is actively restructuring contracts to add weapons and improve their chances. Their tight ends have combined for just over 350 yards this season, which isn't enough, especially when they're looking to make a serious push for the playoffs and beyond. Adding Laporta would give them a mismatch nightmare for defenses, especially in the red zone. Think about it. With Justin Fields at quarterback, who's been showing flashes of brilliance, and this kind of weapon in Laporta, the Bears' offense could jump into the top tier. Projected numbers suggest Laporta could push the Bears' offense into the top 6 in the league, with over 800 yards receiving, a 21% increase in EPA per pass attempt, and a jump in points per game from 24.2 to around 29. This upgrade would also significantly improve their red zone efficiency, from a current 58% touchdown rate to about 72%. That's a huge boost in scoring potential. On third down, the Bears could see their success rate climb from 41% to nearly 50%, making their offense more reliable and explosive. This mirrors what teams like the Kansas City Chiefs did with Travis Kelce in 2025, where mismatches created big yardage gains and scoring opportunities. Laporta's ability to generate yards after the catch, averaging about 6.2 yards per reception, would give Fields more options underneath and in the seam, opening up the offense even further. Now, let's talk about the impact on the Bears' overall team dynamics. With Laporta in the fold, the Bears could see an offensive surge that boosts their efficiency across the board. Their rushing game, which has been solid but not exceptional, could see a plus 16% increase in yards per game, pushing from around 115 to 138. This would open up play-action opportunities and keep defenses honest. Additionally, turnovers could decrease, with turnovers per game dropping to about 1-2, thanks to better ball security and more reliable catching in tight windows. The offensive line would also benefit from having a reliable target like Laporta, who excels in contested catches and creating separation, making life easier for Justin Fields. This move isn't just about improving the offense, though. It's about positioning the Bears to make a real playoff run and potentially a deep postseason push. With Laporta, the Bears would also see a boost in their possession time, projected to increase by around 14%, which would give their defense more rest and allow them to control the game tempo better. Defensively, having the ball more often means less wear and tear, and their efficiency against blitzes could improve by around 11%, making them tougher to defend overall. Looking ahead, the Super Bowl odds would also shift dramatically. Currently, the Bears are sitting around plus 3,000 to win it all, but with Laporta, those odds could drop to plus 1,400, reflecting the increased confidence in their championship chances. NFC title odds could go from plus 1,500 to plus 700, putting Chicago right in the thick of the contenders. This is exactly the kind of move that can turn a team's season around and set up a deep playoff run, something Bears fans have been dreaming of for years. The potential impact on the division is equally significant. The Lions, who have been a tough opponent, especially with Jared Goff, might find themselves a step behind if Chicago's offense takes this leap forward. The NFC North has traditionally been a physical, competitive division, but with this kind of upgrade, the Bears could establish themselves as the new dominant force. It's reminiscent of the 1985 Bears dynasty, where smart moves and strategic acquisitions turned a good team into legends. Laporta could be that kind of catalyst for Chicago, a player who not only elevates the current roster but also helps cement a new era of success. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Detroit really part ways with Laporta? How will Chicago's cap situation be managed to facilitate this move? And can Laporta stay healthy and continue his upward trajectory? Those are things we'll be watching closely, but the potential is undeniable. If this trade goes through, it would be a statement of intent from the Bears front office. A clear message that they're in it to win now, not just rebuild for the future. And honestly, fans should be excited. This is the kind of bold move that can energize a fan base, ignite hope, and turn the tide of the NFC North. Imagine a scenario where Justin Fields and Laporta connect on those seam routes in critical moments, where their chemistry becomes a defining feature of the offense. Think about the possibilities: more points, more wins, and a real shot at making noise in the playoffs. The Bears are on the brink of something special, and this potential move could be the spark that ignites a new chapter of dominance at Soldier Field. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Bears are making strategic moves to position themselves as serious contenders. The addition of Laporta would not only boost their offensive numbers, but also send a message to the entire league that Chicago is back in the game, ready to compete at the highest level. It's about building a team that can sustain success, not just scrape into the playoffs. The front office, coaching staff, and players seem aligned in this vision, and fans are eager to see how it unfolds. The upcoming weeks will be crucial. Will the trade happen? Will Laporta don the Bears jersey for the rest of 2024 and beyond? If it does, expect to see a dramatic shift in how Chicago's offense operates. Fields' play-action passes will become even more dangerous, and defenses will have to account for a tight end who can line up in multiple spots, create mismatches, and produce big play after big play. The Bears might finally have that dynamic weapon they've been searching for, something to turn close games into decisive victories. And let's not forget the broader picture. This move could also impact the NFC North's balance of power. The Vikings, Packers, and Lions will all have to respond, making the division even more competitive. The Vikings, with a solid roster, and the Packers, looking to rebound, will face a Chicago team that's not just trying to rebuild but reloading with purpose. Laporta's presence could be the difference maker that propels the Bears into serious playoff territory and gives them a real shot at a deep run, echoing the magic of past Bears teams that knew how to seize opportunities and fight for the ultimate prize. In the end, Chicago Bears fans, this potential trade is more than just a transaction. It's a statement. It's an investment in the future, a move to bring back the excitement, the winning culture, and that legendary spirit that makes Soldier Field one of the most intimidating places for any opponent. Keep your eyes peeled, stay optimistic, and get ready for what could be a historic offseason for the Bears. The road to the Super Bowl might be getting a lot clearer with Laporta on board, and if it happens, it'll be one of those stories fans talk about for decades. How a bold move transformed a franchise and ignited a new era of Chicago Bears greatness. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.